Hey guys, Coop here from Two Brain, and today I'm going to talk about what actually makes a difference in your fitness business. And we're going to use the football analogy here. So we're going to start in your own end zone. Here you are, and no matter whether your gym has been in business for a while or you're just starting from scratch, you need to know the plays that are going to get you all the way down to the end zone, which is where all the things that you want in life are, right? Some happiness, a little bit of wealth, just enough and a little bit more. The ability to create an impact, and the ability to change a lot of lives. And the reason we're creating this video is because a lot of gym owners spend time worrying most about the stuff that doesn't really matter, stuff that's going to take up all their time and energy and money and resources, create stress and overwhelm for them, but not really move the ball very much. And so today I want to show you what actually moves the ball downfield for you. And if you like this video, just hit subscribe on our channel so that we know that we're on the right track with producing stuff that will actually help you. So if you're running a micro gym that has like a group coaching model, and you have like some personal training and you have maybe some nutrition, you're thinking about some retail, you're thinking about selling 24-hour access, you're thinking about subletting your space, this video is for you because I want to show you which pieces you should work on first and which are less important that you can maybe do later. So the first thing is the gyms that are doing the best in Two Brain, and this is not just my opinion, right? This is not an N=1 sample. This comes from data from over 14,000 gyms worldwide. If you look at what the top 10% are doing, this is basically their model. So they do have group training, and that might be small group, groups of 4 to 6, or it might be larger groups. What's really important to notice here is that this first play, the group training, gets them to about halfway, okay, about midfield, the 50-yard line. It gets them about halfway to where they want to go. Now, a lot of gym owners like me, we opened up thinking that's all we were gonna sell, thinking that play would get us all the way downfield, but it won't. It's not enough. That model has just too much churn, too little value. You're constantly trying to get new clients all the time. You're trying to rent bigger and bigger spaces so that your expenses actually overwhelm your revenues. It's just a problem, but it is part of the solution. So group training actually takes us about halfway down the field. And when a lot of gyms come into Two Brain, this is where they are. They're like breaking even, but they can't get the traction to go any further. And they're not losing money, so they don't think that they're failing. On the other hand, they're not getting any of these things that they're trying to get. They don't have enough money personally. They don't feel satisfied. They feel burned out and stressed. They don't have enough clients, and they're not creating any kind of impact. All they're doing is looking at the other gyms in town and churning through clients as fast as they can. So what takes them the rest of the way? Well, if you look at the top gyms in the world and in Two Brain, you'll see that the next 30 yards really comes down to some kind of one-on-one service. And this could be personal training. It could be like a high value, high ticket program, whatever that is. But that will take them to about the 70-yard line, okay? Now, if you don't have that, you're gonna have to replace that with something else, okay? But this is a big chunk, and so it's really important to start off that way. And to focus on this, the other thing too is like if you're starting in your personal training gym and you have that one-on-one service, that one-on-one service could potentially take you to about the 50-yard line, give or take a little bit. And then you would want to add in your group or your small group training, and then these next things. So if you look at, again, the top gyms in the world, and you break down every dollar that they make, and we plot this over a football field, the next play that they're making that's going to get them a little bit of yardage is a nutrition coaching. The problem is that nutrition coaching right now is only going to get them about 4 yards, okay? So if this is about 50 yards, and this is about 30 yards, nutrition coaching, it's hard to even fit it in here, right? So they get about 4 yards. Now that's a massive opportunity, but here's the big opportunity. If you combine that nutrition coaching with one-on-one, the whole becomes more than the sum of its parts. So you actually, by selling a hybrid combination of these two, can move the ball all the way down to the 95-yard line, okay? So if you, instead of selling one-on-one and nutrition separately, if you can create a hybrid model, that can take you all the way to the 95-yard line. What gets you over the hump? Well, usually retail, but it could be a specialty program too. Let's say that you don't combine these two, and we're still back here, and we've got nutrition and we've got personal training, and we're selling those two things separately. Now we're on about the 74-yard line. Okay, I'm gonna write that down here. How do we bridge the gap? For most of us, that's going to be a specialty program. So if you look at the top gyms in the world, and you look at like, okay, they've got their group program, they've got their one-on-one, they've got their nutrition. What gets them the rest of the way? About 15% of that, okay, another 15 yards, is going to be a specialty program. Now, this really revolves around the coaching staff that you have. So if you have somebody who's amazing at coaching kids, that kids program is a great fit. If you have somebody who's amazing with seniors, that seniors program can be a good fit. I had a program called Ignite for kids with cognitive challenges, and that did even more than 15 yards downfield for me. Okay, but that's really like your specialty. Now that could be you, the founder of the company, or it could be a coach with a particular passion in a specific niche. But again, that's usually like one program, or maybe you're doing okay. You with like you're getting 5 yards from CrossFit Kids, 5 yards from your seniors program, and 5 yards from your summer day camps or your sports training program. Okay, in general, if you've got one program moving at 15 yards, that's best. But if not, then you can probably do 2 or 3 to get you the same distance. The problem is that that's going to require more management, marketing, etc. What are these final few yards here? So if we've got 50 yards from group, we've got 30 from one-on-one, we've got about 4 from nutrition, and this takes us to the 89-yard line with specialty programs. What gets us that last 11 yards? That's usually retail. Okay. So that would typically be supplements, that might be retail sales if you've got a good margin. But that's the caveat here. You have to have a good margin, okay? Now, if you look at, what are the top gyms in the world doing, there are some things that they're not doing. And one of those things is just selling 24/7 keycard access to their gyms. The reason is that if you're selling 24/7 keycard access, you might gain a couple of feet, not more than that. You're not gaining like yardage. You're gaining inches in some case and a couple of feet. Okay, so you're worried about barely moving the ball. That addition, especially like the 24/7 access, not only will that not move the ball far enough, fast enough, because you'll just run out of downs, but what it'll actually erode some of this. You'll lose yardage here. Okay, it almost has like a penalty effect. So you will actually sell less personal training if you start selling like open gym access. You'll probably wind up finding that you sell less group training, not in member headcount, but in revenue, as people downgrade to fewer coached classes. In general, like selling a 24/7 access through like a swipe card or whatever, it seems easy, but it actually costs you money because people will underestimate how much coaching they need and substitute access and doing their own programming in the corner for the coaching that is your actual business. Okay, so if you want to really move the ball downfield, if you want to get from where you are now to a happier business that provides more money for you, creates more impact, and helps more people, you should really worry about like the big plays first. You want to have a group coaching aspect, you want to have a one-on-one, you probably want to have a hybrid option, and then you probably want to have a little bit of retail. Hope this helps. If it does, just hit like and subscribe on this video and let us know to make more videos just like it.